It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. This crowd is ready as we get set for the World Series. Game 1 is next. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. There may be no better atmosphere in all of baseball than Game 1 of the Fall Classic, Singy. Lots of excitement to get this thing started.
Yeah, and the players feel that just as much as the fans. You're down there with goosebumps, and these guys are just trying to stay in the moment. But I'll tell you, for the home team especially, it's so hard not to be emotional and hyped up with all the energy in this building right now.
And on the other side, of course, you're looking to swing home field advantage your way with an all-important opening win on the road. First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll here. And our pitcher tonight, Max Scherzer.
He has a great ability to command a game, Boog, but in order for that to happen today, he's got to limit damage, make smart pitches, and avoid big innings. If he were a golfer, we'd say he needs to avoid any double bogeys out there, and if he does, his scorecard is going to look pretty good at the end of the day.
Shohei Ohtani, the leadoff batter as he swings through it for strike one. One down. Slapped foul. And now 1 and 2. And that one is inside. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not. His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Scherzer, over 200 career wins, a former first-round pick back in 2006. And a strike.
That's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Line drive, fair ball. Ohtani around second, heading for third. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Here in Game 1 of the World Series. That's down and in.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
And delivers outside.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations. And right here with the middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
And that'll load the bases.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
So bases all loaded up. And here is Mookie Betts. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Over to Connor Falefa. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killer.
It's always great when you can add a run, but in this situation with the bases loaded, double play is kind of a rally killer.
Here's Muncy to hit. Swings and misses. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side.
I think it's huge that they were able to score right away. You're playing on the road. Stakes are high. Energy in the ballpark. And you help to quiet that down a little bit.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Tap dances out of the way of that one.
Timeout. That ball hit him.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. And that drops in for a strike.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got one run in. You got to try to get another one or maybe 2.
Smith, the runner at third. Muncy on at first with 2 down. And that is out of play.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Steps on the bag for the force. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Jays nothing. Back here at Rogers Center, and today's starting pitcher, Shohei Ohtani. What should we keep an eye on here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Number 12.
And now,
Alex
Davis
Cole.
Schneider.
Leading off for Toronto, left fielder, Davis Schneider.
Swing and a foul straight back. Swing and a foul out of play. And the 0-2. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball becomes such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now, and a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And he deals. Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
One down, base is empty. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Bo Bichette stands in now and watches strike 1.
First 2 hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball. It's slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Game 1 of the World Series.
Second
And here comes Tommy Edman. The drama always heightened in the postseason, and it leads to some really special moments. Ripped to right. Brings it in. One away.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes. And that one clips the corner.
Well, one special postseason memory for me, Boog, was facing Pedro Martinez, Game 5 of the ALDS in Oakland. And, man, hit a double off the wall. Great feeling for a guy who would eventually go into the Hall of Fame.
That misses, and it's 2-1. 1 out, base is empty. Next offering in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Now here is Alex Call, and that's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
He was all over that one. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. He walked and came around to score his first time up. And a big swing and a miss.
0-1.
Scherzer to first, and he's back in there. Call the runner at first with 2 gone. Late swing, foul to the left. Scherzer gets the punch out, and that'll do it. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Jays nothing. Bottom of the 2nd, and now the catcher comes up to him. Alejandro Kirk. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. Ohtani back to work.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
The 0-1. Fly ball down the line. Hernandez hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Batting 5th, Center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Fought off foul, and you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. That misses. 1-1.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace, it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
And now Ernie Clement. First pitch, and he just misses.
1-0.
Two out, space is empty. In the air, left field. Call. Settles under it. He's there. He's got it. And that's the inning. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Will Smith to the plate. Max Scherzer back to work. There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. Around first and hustling for second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Here's Freddie Freeman now. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate. Inside. Ball 1. Strike 1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
So here's Scherzer. And that one fouled off. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Here's Mookie to hit. He's 0 for 1. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Next pitch is outside.
fastball, that's low.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
Swings and misses, struck him out. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
Here's Max Muncy. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Muncy hits a high fly ball, right field. That's back there. Gone! Straight into the visitors' bullpen. His second home run of the series, and they boost their lead. It's 3-0.
That fastball wasn't even in the zone, and he was still able to hit it out. Wow. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
So 2 away with nobody on. And now Teoscar Hernandez. And that drops in for a strike. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on.
Ball, that's down.
And that one is downstairs, and it's 2-2. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in Game 1 of the World Series. That missed by a lot, and that's ball 3. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now 3-0. You're watching the World Series on the show. And we're back. Now it's the right fielder, Addison Barger.
Right fielder, Addison Barger.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
That one inside, and that's ball 1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Next offering is in for a strike. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That one back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Batting 8th, second baseman.
Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So far, the playoffs have not been kind to him, but tonight, a chance to start anew.
So much of this game is mental. He's just got to tell himself, I'm here. I've worked hard all year. Go out, have fun. Trust your ability.
You know, Singy, there's some people that say they feel more pressure actually in the league championship series than the World Series because they know this is it.
I could totally see that because, you know, you get to the World Series, that's what your whole goal was the entire season. Then you're there. There can be some luck involved, so you just got to shake it off, go out there, know that this is a rare opportunity, and just play your best.
That one fouled off. The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour.
2 strikes.
Good eye right there. That one misses, and the count's full. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. 9 straight retired here to start the game. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Jays nothing. Back now in Toronto, John Shelby with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Tommy Edman. Max Scherzer goes to work. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Edman goes 5 feet 9 inches, 195 pounds, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2016. Next offering is fouled back. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And up next for Los Angeles, Andy Pajes. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Barker snags it for the 2nd out.
Now batting, left fielder Alex Call.
Alex Call digs in now. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That misses, and that is ball 1. In the air to left center, Varsho brings it in, and that is that. Back here at Rogers Center, bottom of the 4th, now the left fielder, Davis Schneider.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Late on that fastball.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
See ya. Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Struck out swinging his first time. Game 1 of the World Series here tonight, and all he's hoping is that the success that he's had in the first couple of rounds continues.
The great thing, you're here in the World Series. Now just try to have fun. The performance has been outstanding, and why should it stop now?
How do they cool him off?
Well, they're going to be extremely careful with him. I doubt he's going to get much to hit today, but when he does, be careful because he can hit it a long way.
And that's outside.
That's out.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boog. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. Bichette in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. This one in the air center field, and makes the grab, and that ends the inning. Game 1 of the World Series. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Scherzer back to work. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Trey Savage preparing to come on if needed. Little also throwing. Swung on, belted. Varsho moving back for it. And that one's gone. That's his 4th home run of the series. It's 4-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Max Scherzer is done, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching.
New pitcher now for the Jays, Trey Savage.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
The batter now will be Will Smith. There's the strike, 95 of that one. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in Game 1 of the World Series. Left field, way back there. And that one is off the wall. Now he turns and heads for second. The relay throw. He's safe. And that's his 3rd hit.
All over that one right there. Nice line drive at the full side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Freddie Freeman will hit next. He is struck out, and he is walked. That misses. 1-0. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Hit hard, base hit. Coming home, the throw in, the tag, and he's safe. It's 5-0.
Now batting shortstop Mookie Betts.
Now it's Mookie Betts. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A gigantic blast. It's their 2nd home run of the inning. It's 7-0.
Mookie gets a lot of power into his swing, and this is just the latest example of it. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Trey Savage won't go any further, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching.
Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Brendan Little.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And now it's Max Muncy. He's already homered in this game. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His second home run of the game, and they tack one on the board. It's 8-0. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
So digging in, Teoscar Hernandez. That misses off the outside edge. Well struck left field. And it hits the fence. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Not in time. He's got a double.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Absolutely hammered that baseball. Very loud coming off the bat. 107 was the exit velocity. And at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
Tommy Edman at the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. And ball one.
Damn.
Man at second. And another ball.
That's inside.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's what it was. If you swing at it, hit a break.
Oh, now this ball's going to get through, and that's a base hit. Safe at home, and the runner scores from second. And they now lead by 9.
What an aggressive secondary lead. That ball was smoked to left. Be able to score from second. Not only great speed, but great instinct as well.
Stepping in, Andy Pajes.
Yep,
First
that ball
pitch
went out.
misses. Now one missed.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
This one lifted in the air, left field. Schneider settles under it and makes the catch. And there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder, Alex Call.
Alex Call steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 1 for 2. Snap throw to first.
No, he's
and he
in.
dives back in safely. Edge of the zone for a strike. 0-1. Runner on the go. Pitch inside. Throw. Save. And strike two.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
One out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the fifth. Little checks the runner, and he's back in easily. Outside low, and that's ball two. And that's too high. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He swung over top of the curveball.
Well, he didn't get the call on the mound the pitch before. Felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But, that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Ohtani in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
That's ball two.
And that is in for a strike. And it's 2-1. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. So in the end, 10 come to the plate. 6 of them come around to score. Last half of the fifth coming up. It's the Dodgers 9 and the Jays nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Well, these Blue Jays, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. They're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Pitch misses there, and a count 1-2.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
A dive, nice stop from his knees, the throw. Nicely done for the out.
Look at how he dives right there. He's able to pop up to both knees. Not enough time to get to his feet, but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Struck out swinging his first time. Just missed. Varsho needs just one more homer to reach 100 in the big leagues.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than 20,000 players to take an at-bat in the majors, less than 5% have ever hit 100 dingers.
Ball.
Fastball for a strike. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Downstairs, and that's ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make the call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Clement in the box with one away as he takes ball 1. The Jays still looking for their first hit in this one. And another ball. On the ground. And it goes just foul. Varsho, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. That one fouled off, 2-2. Stays alive.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Throw into third, and he's out.
Hey, as a former center fielder, I'm feeling pretty good right now. That's an excellent job by this guy to come up throwing and deliver a strike to third base. Now, for the offense, that's a tough one to swallow because you never want to lose a runner in scoring position by making it out at third base.
So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger. And ball 1 to the right fielder. Two outs. Foul ball there. Just missed. The Dodgers up big in this one. Last half of inning number 5. On the ground to first, and foul ball. Pitch misses. Full count, 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
For the Blue Jays, second
So
baseman,
first and second with 2 outs. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate. And that is cut on and missed. Strike 1.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
2 on, 2 outs. Swings through that.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
And that's off the inside edge. Now 1-2. And they'll do it again. And this is inside.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
And down on strikes. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. Blue Jays leave a pair, and they're down 9-0. And we're back. Top of the 6th inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Will Smith. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Corrals it. And there's one down.
Now
One pitch,
batting,
one
the
out.
first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. Swing and a miss. That's strike one. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Braden Fisher appears to be getting loose. Number 68 getting cranked up as well. Smoked on the ground a second. Connor Falefa throws to first in time. And Freeman is retired.
Shortstop, Mookie Betts.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Betts. He's already homered here in this one. Way outside, and it's 1-0. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. Yeah, that's fouled off. And that one missing low. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that'll do it. Dodgers down in order, but they still hold a 9-0 lead. They hand the ball over to a new arm, number 70.
And he's got a
Now
nice
pitching
lead to
for
work
Los
with,
Angeles.
so he should come in throwing
Number
strikes,
70,
attacking these hitters.
Justin Robleski.
Here's Andres
Leading
Jimenez.
off for the
He struck out
Jays,
swinging in his first
shortstop,
at-bat.
Andres Jimenez.
And there's a ball. Movement in the bullpen. Number 80 looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Henriquez warming up as well. He swings and fouls one off. Here's a 1-1. Check swing, called strike. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. But they won't have a play as he takes first on the drop third strike.
Now that is left
I feel
fielder,
like that's one of those rules in
David
baseball that's tough
Snyder.
to explain the logic behind. If you're talking to a new fan or someone trying to learn the game, it's like, wait, what? The batter struck out, but he still gets to be on first base?
Yeah, I hear you. It's a weird one. Plus, the pitcher gets credit for the strikeout. It's an over for the batter. But, of course, no out is actually recorded. Kind of one of those, just trust me, let's move on situations. Schneider in the box again, takes a strike. And there's a foul ball. Jimenez gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch inside,
ball 2.
and it's 2-2. That's down and in.
3-2.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. This to center field. Pajes snags it, and there's one away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
So a man aboard, and here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. And the postseason success continues for him.
Now batting, designated hitter, boom.
Bichette up to the dish. First pitch just misses. Right through there for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And that drops in for a strike.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at-bat.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Now batting, the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. First pitch swinging.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
Ground ball up the middle, and that squirts through. Coming around third is Jimenez. The throw's offline, he's safe. It's 9-1.
Well done, drives in the run. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Dalton Varsho getting ready to hit. Swing and a base hit. Vladdy coming around third. And they put the tag on him for the out. They get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. On to the 7th here in game 1. It's the Dodgers 9 and the Blue Jays 1.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Braden Fisher.
Leading off for the Dodgers,
Max Muncy at the dish. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Hey.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
Fisher, the tall righty, 24 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Clement hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
And now the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
And there's a strike.
0-1's the count.
There's a strike, 95 of that one.
He doesn't seem to like to pitch up, hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
The 0-2. Swing and a ground ball. The flip to the pitcher covering, and Hernandez is out.
Now batting, second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Two down, base is empty. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. And first offering is fouled off. And ball one. The Dodgers up big in this one here in the late stages of game one. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. So they make short work of him there. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Dodgers 9 and the Blue Jays 1. Back now in Toronto, bottom of the 7th. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement.
Unless things start to change, the pressure tomorrow is really going to be on this home side. You can afford to lose game 1, but you can't go down 0-2 at home. So they'll need to forget about this one quickly.
And the lefty with the 0-1. That one the other way, and that's just foul. Got him looking, and one out now.
Well, not much you can argue with there as a hitter. That pitch was dominant on the inside corner of the plate. I think even if he swings the bat, it blows him up and not really able to do anything with it anyhow. I think if you see that early, then perhaps you can pull those hands a little bit tighter and get the fat part of the bat to it. But I'd say overall, you just have to tip your cap on that one. Great execution.
Now it's going to be Addison Barger. The Blue Jays with a lot of ground to make up here in game 1 of the World Series. And that misses. And it's 2-1. That one missed.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a ball popped in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit.
Now batting, second baseman, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
One down. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa now at the plate. Ball one there. Man at first, one away. And it's fouled away. Right through there for a strike. Misses inside. 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The other way. That's a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Now batting, shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
And now the shortstop, Andres Jimenez. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That one pushed foul.
One ball.
In the dirt. Swing and a miss at 96. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
2 outs. And there's a rocket into the outfield, and that's going to get into the corner. 1 run across, coming home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. So it's 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 9 and the Blue Jays 2.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 3 in this one. Top of the zone for a called strike. Dominguez, known as a guy with pretty lights out type stuff, racks up the strikeouts, but the command at times can elude him. And there's a ball.
Yeah, and a manager in a situation like this type of pitcher has to stay alert and ready. He's got to make sure he's watching from pitch to pitch, hitter to hitter, to quickly get another reliever up in the bullpen if he needs to bring someone in.
Next offering upstairs. And that lack of command, that's usually one of the things that leads guys to be converted from starter to reliever.
Yeah, and it's such a short stint when you compare the 2 roles.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. And that one is off the top of the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Now batting, left fielder Alex Call.
So man aboard. Now, Alex Call, 1 for 3. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top of the 8th. Right side, hard hit. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, designated hitter Shohei
And now
Ohtani.
the DH, Shohei Ohtani.
Fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly, soft ground ball to the right side, find a hole. He can attack this a few ways, but the one thing he can't do is strike out.
Fastball for a strike. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker, get that front foot down.
And it skips in the dirt. Pajes stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. Lifted in the air, right field. Barker on the move. He makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and it's now 10-2.
Now batting, catcher Will Smith.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the number 2 hitter, Will Smith. Check swing called strike. Strike 1.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
Just misses with that one.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two down, nobody on.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than to have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Next offering is down low.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
He caught it behind his back. And that's a nice play to end the inning. What a play to end the inning. There's no way he saw that into the glove.
No, you're absolutely right. All he knew was the grounder was somewhere behind him. Just threw his glove out there and it stuck. That was pretty cool.
Back here at Rogers Center, bottom of the 8th. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Guerrero Jr.
And first offering is fouled off.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Bichette, the next to hit, takes ball 1. That one is absolutely belted. And out of here. He made him pay for that one. It's 10-3.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Number 70 gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Number 80 on the pitch out of the pen here. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Number 80, Emmett Sheehan.
Bases empty, 1 away. And now Alejandro Kirk. That's a strike across the top of the zone. One down, base is empty. Cut on and lifted in the air. And that is foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Here's the 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Off The mark there, going to count 1-2.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Outside.
That's outside. It's 2-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And now it's filled up 3-2. Got it. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike three. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
2 down, bases empty. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Just off the outside edge, and it's 1-1. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Lake Trinan looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Missed with a changeup, and it's 2-1.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Outside. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at-bat.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
Clement in the box now. No balls and a strike.
1's the count.
In the air, out towards left center. Pajes pulls it down, and that's the 3rd out. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now 10-3. This is the World Series on the show. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Number 68.
Mason Fluharty.
Here is
Leading off
Freddie
for the
Freeman.
Dodgers, first baseman Freddie Freeman.
That clips the corner. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. That one just misses.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Here's Mookie Betts.
For the Dodgers, shortstop Mookie Betts.
And delivers outside. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Louis Varland up and throwing. Turns and fires to Betts. Swinging a foul straight back. Almost got him.
1 strike.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the late stages of game 1. Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. And it remains 2-2. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Muncy at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one.
1-1.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
That's too low. And the count is 1-1. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Got him swinging, and he strikes out the side in the 9th.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
All set for the
Leading
bottom
off
of the
for
9th.
Toronto,
And now for the Jays,
right
Addison
fielder,
Barker.
Addison Barker.
And that's outside. Ball 1.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Fastball for a strike. And a swing and a miss, and 1 away.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement, as you see right there. It really wasn't a great location, but the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Connor Falefa, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Not even close there. And now it's even 1-1. And that one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Just off the inside edge.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count.
Draws the walk there.
Up next,
Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out. And next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss as he was late.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn two, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get two and end up with nothing.
The shortstop takes the ball. The Jays with a lot of ground to make up here in Game 1 of the World Series. Swing and a miss.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Schneider.
So it's their last chance in this one. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Davis Schneider. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Connor Falefa leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Up and in, and it's a ball and a strike. They're down to their final strike. One strike away from securing Game 1. That one at 95, missed up top, 2-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The Dodgers up big in this one. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Popped up. Edman. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers slug their way to a win in this one.